Peace, family. Invite and share. It's going to be an open discussion today. I'll lead the way. I just need you to join in. I hear myself talk all the time. Call me up and share some stories with me. Share some insight with me. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. That's how you get experience, secondhand experience. You hear somebody's story, something they have to say. That's how you get it. And I just want you guys to share, invite, like, love, and call in. Let's talk. You know, I got 22 minutes, as I say every day. He's being shy.
Peace.
Mustafa's
Guess
being
what?
shy.
Shy. There you
Hey,
go.
peace, Mustafa.
What up, up? He just giggling over here. I'm like, why you hanging up? He said, I hung up. I was like,
It's called in. I mean, you know what? I just want to show y'all something real quick. Y'all know I'm always talking about the time, right?
22.
8:22. Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Detroit. Kunta Kinte.
All right, Kunta. I was gonna originally talk about spells, words being
Yo,
spells.
you say self?
No, words being spells.
Words damn fail. Oh. Oh, the trickery of words?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Let's start with the first trickery of words. Belief. A lot of people don't know that belief is a big trick. That belief and faith is a negative word. It's not a positive word. One who have a belief system and a faith system, you don't have nothing, according to the definition.
On on belief.
On belief and the word faith. Both words are the same word, but they have the same definition, but a different sound in the word. Belief, faith. But when you look both words up, they have the same definition,
Mm.
meaning that you can't prove nothing you saying. Can't prove nothing that you believe in.
So
And
tell me.
because you can't prove nothing that you can't believe in, anything that you believe in is false.
So you should be
According to the
function. You
definition.
should be functioning what in the know.
And the knowing the truth, mathematics, sound truth. You must add up, and you must understand how to study everything to get to facts, not fiction. We are beings that study the universe on a level of we understand the stars, we understand the land, the plants, we understand these things, and we got to a fact, mathematically sound, proven fact of the elements. We didn't guess at it, we tackled it, and we understood it. We didn't just believe that the flower, for instance, we didn't believe poison ivory will make you sick. We found out poison ivy makes you sick. We
Well,
didn't believe that we got an aspirin tree. We utilized the aspirin tree and made aspirin.
mm,
But one can just say, "Oh, that's an aspirin tree." Well, how do we know? Oh, you just got to believe me. Why? Why you can't show me that that's an aspen tree? And once you show me that's an aspen tree, we don't have to deal in a belief, or now I have to have faith in that you said that it's an aspen tree.
So things should be shown and things should be known.
Exactly.
Okay. And not utilizing faith or belief because those are not proven, at least not proven to you.
They're not proven words at all. See, not just to me. It ain't me at all. It's the word itself. I didn't make the word up. I don't speak. I'm not an English speaking person. I'm a slave descendant. My language is spoken many kinds of language. I should be speaking 8 languages right now, but no, I'm only speaking 1 because I'm a slave descendant. So we have to understand the word. And that word, them 2 words, is a negative word, not a positive. It's not going to mean me no good. It's going to do harm. It's going to do harm to me. It's going to keep me stagnated. It's going to keep me at one level. It's not going to elevate me because I'm just don't have to do nothing because all I have to do is just believe. So if all I have to do is run around here to believe, I'm not going to tackle nothing. I'm not going to investigate nothing. I'm not going to research nothing because all I got to do is just believe in it.
Believe, right. Right. Exactly.
So that's why
now I use the word believe, but I define it to I can choose to believe something you say, or if I had the experience myself, it's a knowing.
Well, now you're changing the 2 topics to another word. Is your choice. That's your choice now. Now, when you're dealing in choice, once again, you dealing in negative because your choice might not mean good for the universe. It's like the beehive. If the queen send all the bees out and they just choose to do all what they want to do, when they come back, ain't nothing gonna be right. No, she telling them they know exactly what plants to get the stuff from. They know exactly how to come back to deliver that pollen and that honey back to that beehive. But if they just go out there saying, well, I got a choice to go over here and mess with this, I got a choice to go over here and do that, they all out of sync. And then the beehive is not going to work anymore. Choice is not a good thing.
So
choice,
I shouldn't.
Choice, you have to still stay in sync of everything.
Okay. So I shouldn't say. So basically, you're not saying that I shouldn't say it because basically you'll be telling me how to be me. So what you're saying is that based on what you know about choice, and that I can look it up myself and research it myself, that I shouldn't use that word in addition to believe and faith.
Right.
Because they're all in the negatives.
Right.
Okay.
You're choosing. Your choice might not be the right choice. Because it's a choice. You can choose the good or the bad, the ugly or the beautiful. It's a choice. So let's say you choose the bad. So once you choose the bad, now you finna bring harm to harmony. Because you chose the bad. So choices ain't good. We have to always stay in sync into the positive. And when you stay in sync into the positive, we're not going to be saying, I'm going right, I'm going left, I'm going right, I'm going left. No, we both be supposed to say, no, we finna both go right. Because we got to stay in harmony. And once one of us go right and one of us go left, to meet back up into the center, we didn't mess up the harmony. When all we had to do was go right, to get right to the center, and we just stay sequent in harmony.
Now, what about
the gazelle of Africa? Do you think that they want to keep going across that river to get snapped by them alligators? But they've been doing this same routine for centuries. Now you got to ask, well, why they just don't go around the alligators? No, they got to go through that swamp through the alligators. Why? Because that's how the alligators eat. And then if the alligators don't eat, then what they do? There's no more alligators. So it's plenty of gazelles. You run this path constantly to make where you don't overpopulate gazelles. It could be like trillions of them. Then what? They everywhere, massive. So they running through their sequence. They running through their universal sequence. Man, they going through the pattern over and over again. And then they get, some get 8, some don't. Some get 8, some don't. Same thing with the lions. They hunt some of them down, some they can catch, some of them they can't. But they catch them because they supposed to eat. Then once they eat, they straight. Then the gazelle move on. But the pattern constantly goes on and on with the universe. And notice they don't need nothing with that pattern. But if they go off that pattern, man have to come help that lion. Man have to come help that gator. You got to feed that gator. Put something in for that lion can eat. Because they off the pattern.
Mm.
Because they choose to go over here.
Choice.
Yeah, they choice. The lion choice because he didn't want to stick with the pack. He want to run his ass over there, and look what happened to him. He get caught by man. He in the zoo now. he's out of his habitat.
Mm. So if everybody's striving for positivity, for everything positive, there is a negative, right? So that's
Yeah.
Mayat. That's balance, right?
Yeah.
So
Only if you look at it as this. If that's how we was taught, negative and positive is supposed to balance itself out. That's not true. Negative overrides, no, positive overrides negative. Positive overrides negative. It's not equal. It's much heavier. It's not equal. So you can't really say that. That's once again that's going with the European philosophy when they stole our Egyptian understanding, because we got to keep remembering all our philosophy, even though it still comes from European scientists and European research labs and all this type of stuff. So that saying is still coming from Egyptology scientists, and we all know them ain't our people. So we can never get negative the same standards of positive.
I didn't say I was giving it the same. I wouldn't say I was giving it the same power.
No,
I said. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. I said that what you said as far as the positive and the negative, you said that we should all be striving for positivity, but how do you get a positive without a negative? Because if you don't have anything to bounce it off of, what says that it's positive if you don't have a negative aspect? So I said that doesn't sound like balance to me. It sounds like Mayat. I mean, Mayat is balance. So I said it doesn't sound like balance to me. And you said that came from the Egyptology, the European definition, philosophy.
Balance.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's not true. Because if you look at harmony don't they understand negative, but they don't equal negative into that. Harmony is straight positive is straight positive. And when you do straight positive, it will override negative.
So it's a positive aspect. The aspect of harmony is positive, right?
Right.
Okay.
Harmony.
Okay, so choice is the opposite of harmony?
Yeah, because now you got choice.
Okay, so choice is, I'm just trying to clear it up.
They telling you to have a choice to cause chaos. They're not telling you to stay synchronized and stay right and stay like this. They're not telling you to stay in accordance to the universe. They're not saying keep walking in one circle. Keep walking in one circle. Don't go out that. They telling you you got a choice to go out that circle. And now once you go out that circle, you're gonna get ate up. You're gonna get ate up because you went. You're not back and you ain't in the army. You're not going around it. You're not going into that cycle. You're in a new paradigm, and the new paradigm is negative. And negative giving you a choice. You go on over there, or come back over here. Go on over there. So no, you don't want to deal in that. You don't want to. You want to stay focused on straight positive things all the time. And when negative comes, you overweigh it with that positive. You think of something positive, and then you hit them with that positive to override that negative. You never give it equal balance. That equal balance philosophy.
I didn't say equal.
That equal balance philosophy is for the white folks. That's for them saying, we part of you too. That's where that come from. Saying positive and negative got to be balanced out. No, we ain't got to be balanced. You got to override that negative. You got to get rid of that negative. The negativity is there to empower you, to let you know that you got to tackle that. You got to be better than that. We're not going to be equals. You get on that other scale. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna put 5 of this positive on there to overbalance that one negative. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to just say, okay, I'm over here positive, you over here negative, now we over here. No. I'm gonna make sure I don't see you. I'm gonna elevate up above you and look down where you supposed to be, down, because you're negative. I ain't finna look on the side of me and see no negative. We're not gonna be equal.
Damn.
Okay. So I can make sure I understand what you're saying. You're saying that positive and negative are not on equal playing grounds because positive should override negative. And it should always override negative. And that they're not balanced equally. But is balance actually an equal thing? Is balance equal? Balance is not equal. It's just having some of this and some of that to have balance. That's what balance is.
Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They trying to make it an even playing field.
No, I didn't. But that's not what I said. See, you are going with they, and I don't know who they is. But
no, I'm trying to show you the difference of the words and why we shouldn't use them words.
Right, I agree.
That philosophy.
Okay, I'm trying to understand because if I'm asking, Kunta Kinte, if I'm asking a question and I'm trying to understand, it's about me. I don't know about my understanding. Is my understanding or understanding correct is what I'm saying based on what you're stating. Is it correct? What I'm saying is that balance is not equal. It doesn't necessarily have to be 50-50. Just long as it has on one side is a positive and on the other side is a negative. That's the balance. Just like you have a feminine and masculine.
What I'm saying is this. To clear everything up, what I'm saying is this. Just because they say negative, that don't mean negative have to even exist. Because negative is something is like evil. It's not nothing good in it. There's no good in negative. So I'm saying, why have it at all? And the reason why they say have it at all of balance is because the person who's saying that is a negative being. They implement themselves into positive. So that's why we say balance. It got to be balanced. That's why we coming with that scenario. Because they trying to make their self equal like us. That's what negative trying to do. Negative trying to make themselves equal like positive, trying to bring good in something that's not good. So I'm
Okay.
saying get rid of negative, period.
Okay, I'm following you
Send the
now.
good.
I got you. See, sometimes, you know, I know that you are a teacher, and you do so. You only teach when you are asked to do so. You don't push anything on anyone. So, being a teacher, I'm just asking the questions because you have to be able to answer that for me, and um and break it down so I can get an understanding, because you know it. So it's easy for it to flow off your mouth, and it's easy to get it confused. So, but before you go on, before you,
Actually, I'm not a teacher, and I don't know. All I'm telling you is my research, what I got from my research, and
you,
what words is, and
you,
how they play games with words. And
right.
the
But
people
right
who
now you're
deal with
educating
it.
somebody. Right now you're kicking knowledge out to someone who needs to get an understanding, because even if they read what you read, they may not get an understanding, so they may not get something from it. So I'm asking you just to clarify it
Well,
so
I
that we
agree
get it
with
better.
that. I agree with that because I show people the word faith and belief all the time, and it clearly says what I say, and they still don't get it. It's like, well, what they're telling you right there, you have no burden of proof of nothing. So if you reading that, and if someone don't get the same understanding what they're saying, then I agree with what you're saying. But once again, we are slave descendants, and this is not our language, and we must educate ourselves on who we dealing with in their language, in their definition of their language. Because I know
Right.
for a fact, I didn't want
Definitions.
to look at that dictionary when I was in a school. I didn't want to look in it. So if I didn't want to look in it, that means every word that I spoke as a kid to now, I don't know the definition to it. So I really don't know what I'm really saying.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And then I had to understand that. Then now I look at the definition. Now I look at the words, what they really mean. I go to tackle them in ancient dictionary. I want to know what that word comes from. That's how I found out English really speaking every language in the world. We just got one word from each linguistic of everybody on this earth. If you pick one word and go to the dictionary, it's going to tell you whether it's French or English, Latin. It's going to tell you all that. And then when you realize that, then you're going to realize you speaking all the languages. You just ain't speaking one language fluently. You just took one word from every language, came up with your own linguistics. So now you got to understand that word in that language.
Right.
And then once you understand that, then you really know what you saying.
Okay.
So, like I said, people don't know the word belief and faith, that they should never have that concept, period. But they
Um,
ain't understanding the definition of it.
I want everyone on here. I think he forgot he was on live with me. I don't know, but I want everyone that's on here, or anyone who watches the replay, to make sure that you've caught up, because the person I'm speaking to right now and who's speaking to me is the man who said this is not a strange thing that you come ask me these questions that I told you about. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this is him on the line. This is actually, he calls himself Kunta Kinte. Actually, that's his name. So, Mustafa. So we've built a. I learned something about the word ship. Why is everything on a ship? But we built a relationship, right? So Mustafa and I, he keeps, for me, he doesn't understand. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's why I refer to him as a teacher. And because he appeared and gave me the revelation of in the understanding that I have today. He was that frequency and that came down and surrounded me at that moment to get my attention. And behind the attention became this consciousness. I woke up. I could see things that I never seen before. And we used to say when we would go to church that God using him as a vessel. He came down through him. God is using. He saved my soul. That's right, Queen. He saved my soul. But on the real, my soul is free. It's free. And I just continually say, I appreciate you, brother. I really appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much. But I ain't did all that. I told you when I first met you, you already knew all that. That's why you came to me. We all know the truth. It's just are we scared? We scared to understand it, what we feel, because we not taught that. Our siblings not teaching us that. We've been better off literally with our slave grandmama, because at least she's going to give us the real. When they got a hold to that, letting us segregate, go to the school, our mamas then educated by them white folks, and it's all about participating with them. It ain't about black power no more.
That's right.
You don't have Black Wall Street no more.
That's true. That's a
They
true
got a brother
statement.
trying to get Black Wall Street back together down there, but they do that. But they got to understand that's serious. It's serious when we smart, when we in control of things. We run things heavy, and it was so serious that the moral of that story that people's not understanding. They came and bombed their own country to keep niggas from prospering, business minded, instruction, business platform for us, banks and corporations and all this type of stuff. They bomb Tulsa. They ain't just come in there and just say, no, y'all can't have this. They destroyed it. The same government who says this is what we're supposed to do in America. Everyone can do it but you, nigga. So we have to understand this country is doing things on a higher level than our understanding. And things that we think we know, we really don't know. So that's why I say we don't give negative none of our energy.
Right. Now, I agree. 100. 100. 100. Yes.
We're going to tackle all that.
Yes.
We're going to get rid of everything.
You don't feed it. You don't feed it. You don't feed it.
I look at things when I understand everything. No, we got to overcome that, and we won't have that anymore. We was living in harmony before. We can do it again. We didn't have to worry about food. We didn't have to worry about all this sickness. We didn't have to worry about who had cancer. We didn't have to worry about all this. We only worry about this because of the people who are in control of this world right now. None of this stuff took place. They got negative, got in control. Now negative, making everything negative. So now you got sickness. Now you got miseducation of what is and what ain't. Now we get back to harmony and positive, thinking how we supposed to be thinking on everything positive. It'll happen again. It's just that simple.
Can I interrupt you just half a second? I just want you to hear what he just said. And see, I didn't think of it as harmony, but that's how I refer to it going forward. Positivity. If everybody focused on everything positive, that's where you're putting all your energy into, which in turn you get back. What you put out, you get back. I've been talking about that, Mustafa. That's why I had to interrupt you. That's it, but it's said a different, using harmony, and that's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know.
I'm using harmony because I'm using the music phrase. Because once again, there's only two things in this world that a black person masters that everything in this world will know, and that's mathematics and sound and music. Music. So harmony. Harmony make everything flow good, flow real good. Mathematics, where we come with our understanding of everything. We use science. We use science. Mathematics. We grab things. We touch things. And our mathematical skills come together for us to understand things. And then the music and the harmony of our soul and our spirit make us really understand everything. Because then the universe telling us, yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
What you put out there, it comes back to you. And that's what they're doing right now with the media, but they're doing it on the negative side. All of this energy is being put into what the media is talking about. So we're focusing on negative, and it's keeping us in that place.
Right.
And I feel you. This is what I've been talking about. This is exactly it. You see how that line up? Y'all see how the universe lined things up? This wasn't planned. I didn't even think he, don't get on the line. None of this. And he's talking about exactly what I've been talking about. He has not seen anything I've been talking about. And it's all lining up. It's all lining up. That's all my confirmations. You see that? The confirmations consistently. I get confirmations all the time that I'm on the right path, going the right direction. I'm sorry, brother, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had to interject.
Oh, it's okay. I don't like to be on this stuff no way.
I know, but you live today, baby. You live.
The girl over here with a baseball bat threatening me. Call her now. Get on that phone now.
Malik, you can call. Malik is commenting on the things that you were saying, or basically saying the same thing that you had been saying. But Malik, if you want to call in, you're welcome to call in. It's an open discussion. I'm gonna give it another 10 minutes.
In turn, we become negative.
Exactly.
That's what they feed you.
Exactly, Malik. That is exactly what it is. And as long as we got that, we're gonna lose. We can overcome a lot of stuff by little stuff because of who we are. Hey, they don't even want you to get in the sun.
Oh.
I ran my slingshot, and about 20 of my friends talking about, you out there in that sun? You ain't gonna wait till it cool down? I'm out in the sun. The black folks don't know. You supposed to be in that sun. It's energy.
Right, and they told us to stay out the sun.
See,
that we get too black.
They don't do their research on the people who have heat strokes and die. Tell them be my people. That be the ones who don't supposed to be in sun and have a lack of water. All you gotta do is have some water, black folks. You can stand in that sun all day long, and they ain't gonna do nothing but turn you dark.
You did it before.
Right. And the wintertime comes, you'll brighten up. If you want to get back bright, the wintertime always brighten you back up. But summertime comes, you supposed to be in that sun to get dark.
Yes.
Get dark. Get melanated. Get dark because you can get that energy, that positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
To clean up that negative energy that's ringing in your ear, like Malik said from the news, from that negative energy that we hear from this music, that don't nobody want to produce no more good old lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to understand how the enemy playing. See, a lot of us don't know our enemy. The enemy playing a real game. We ain't playing nothing. We just sit here, we just like, whoa, what's going on? Whoa. Mad at each other over nothing. Oh, you stepped on my shoe.
Right.
Oh, you looked at me too.
Exactly. Little stuff. Exactly.
I like your Jordans. Give them here.
Right.
And one of the biggest ones is, I just make me sick to my stomach. I'm gonna shoot you because you on my block. And not one of them own a house on the block. not the shooter, not the person who got shot. You're right. Guaranteed don't own one. Not a homeowner say, hey, what you in my neighborhood tearing up my lawn, just stealing my cars and all this. Not none of them. They say you on my block, this is my neighborhood, and I'm gonna shoot you because you on my block. That is so fucking stupid. And then you got a humpy police officers come in our neighborhood, shoot us and beat us, and you stand there with a gun on your hip, won't even blast at their ass. Because you just see them shoot one of your neighbors, your homeboy that you claim you love and you ride and die for. But you won't blast one of them. But you will shoot another nigga because he on your block. That you ain't owning nothing on the block. You ain't built a house on the block. You ain't even put the concrete down. 9 out of 10, you didn't go to Home Depot and got no grass seeds and put no grass seeds down. But it's your block. But when the red van come, police come, you scattering, you running, you're mad, you going to jail, or you running. But hold on, it was just your block when you shot old boy.
Right.
See, that's why I'm saying they got too much negative thinking, negative energy to even understand the truth of what everything is going on.
Right. Right.
That's why I say the hell with the balance. Let's get rid of negative, period, and everything positive. Thinking positive, doing positive. And then when you do that, we won't have none of that going down. Because when another brother see another brother on the block, it's going to be like, pop, adapt, what's up? We barbecue? We barbecue? What you saw? What's that say? We playing tuck? We tucking? Nigga, roll up. You got something to drink? Oh, I'll see you later. I'm going back over here. I'm going back over here home with my family. See, that's how it's supposed to go down. Not what the hell you doing on my block.
Right.
That's negative. Try the positive and see what happens then. Don't nobody want to try the positive.
No, they don't. Everybody want to stay. Everybody want to stay in this. They want to say that they're conscious, but it's a full concept. It's so many layers to it, but they don't want to try anything different. They want to be. I don't even know if they want to be negative or even see themselves being negative, but think that they're doing something to help in turn, or to assist. But what they need to do is actually get in that sun and let some real downloads happen, because the clarity comes in the sun.
That's 100% true for us black folks.
Yes. The clarity comes in the sun. I know that I get most of the information in my downloads that I get, the information that I get from being in the sun all the time. I'm always in the sun, and I was even told that I'm like 2 shades, 3 shades darker, which I was like, thank you so much, because I'm out here getting the tan. We're the ones supposed to get the tan. We the ones supposed to get the tan. Yeah. So, but I really appreciate you, my brother, being on here. We've been on too long. I don't like to keep it long, because this is, you can't get people to watch a replay when they see an hour, 15 minutes. They be like, oh, no, I don't have time, and they never come back and see it. And you kicked off some knowledge today that you shared with the people. I want to thank everybody who tuned in for tuning in. I'm glad that I hope that you got something out of this today. I want to also let you know and remind you, first, again, happy summer. 2, it's the summer solstice. 3, and this is actually a test. I should give a prize off of this. But what is the holiday that follows the summer solstice, the first day of summer? Okay, I tell you. NLW Day. It's my Earth Day tomorrow, so I want to see a lot of love out here. I want to see a lot of love. Okay? All right. So I love you, everyone. I love you, Mustafa. Thank you so much for your knowledge and sharing with us today. And thank you, Queen Tika, for getting Mustafa on the line. And my battery's getting low, so I'm going to say peace, love, and light.
Peace. Peace.